Gukesh defeated Alireza Feruja and is now the sole leader of the event with one round to go. Congratulations, Gukesh.
Thank you.
Can you take us through the key moments of the game, please, shortly? Because it seems like you were pressing the whole game, but there were some moments when your opponent probably could defend better.
Yeah, sure. I thought he actually got a good position after the opening. I don't know where I misplayed it a bit, but I thought after d5 is already fine because the after ed5 he can go a4 and bishop a4 is bishop e3. So yeah, I had to play something very soft, and I thought okay, only black can be pressing for more than equality. But after he missed rook 8, I kind of felt it was getting a bit messy for the position, and yeah, I think he reacted well after this. But after bishop b3, I think he got over optimistic and he started pushing for more. Although my pieces look so passive, I think strategically, if I consolidate, I will be better. So yeah, he probably had many ways to just get a equal position, but what he played was yeah, some AB2 must just end in a draw, I guess. But it's knight h5 g3 found this interesting idea with f5, and I was quite happy to see this because I wanted to win, and I thought
This will give some chances, huh?
yeah, this will give some chances. So yeah, I don't really know where exactly he went wrong, but probably this g5 was already not great because after knight e3 my king is completely safe and his f5 pawn is so weak. So yeah, probably after f5 he could have improved somewhere, and yeah, I slowly started to take over, and I guess
So here you
after the
repeated a
time
couple of
control.
times, basically just to gain some time on the clock, right? To,
No,
to reach
I
the time control.
yeah, to reach the time control, and with rook d1 I actually reached the time control, and I thought
Yeah.
it should be quite easy after the time control, but it was not very easy. I mean, we played some logical moves, and okay, queen
Actually,
g6
here
is
queen g6 looks like a big mistake for black.
yeah, sure. It's already a very difficult position, I think, and queen g6 just gave away any hopes of counterplay. I was very happy to see queen g6, and
But
after,
what else did you consider for black? Like maybe knight e6 or something?
I don't know, no, knight e6 I don't think it was working, but
Because for example, if knight
knight e6,
e6,
queen f5, queen
queen
g7.
g7, and then trying to at
Yeah,
least find some perpetual, but maybe even try to mate you with black.
yeah, I saw this, but I thought it was not working for some reason. I guess just queen e5 maybe. Queen e5, knight f4 I can just take, I think. So yeah, probably queen e5 and black doesn't have enough. Yeah.
And then this endgame is still good for you, yeah?
I don't know, maybe he has to go like rook f8 or something, but after queen g6, just this endgame should be completely winning. I mean, he tried to create some tricks, but I guess I had it under control most of the time. I mean, the point was that e3 I go king e2, knight d4, king d3, e2, knight f6, and I force a mate here. So, or even rook e3, I can just take the knight. Yeah, he was coming up with all kinds of tricks, but okay, it should just be winning for.
Well, it feels like in many games you play better than your opponents on the fifth hour of play. Like you keep your concentration better and your opponents start to err. Do you have any explanation for that? Maybe you had some special physical training before the event or something like that.
Yeah, I generally like to be quite active, and I have, I mean, not only for this tournament specifically, but in general, I do some physical stuff, and also it could just be my age.
Yeah, you're very young, of course, yes. Well, you are now in the lead, but we don't know yet how the game of Caruana will finish. But let's assume if he wins, it will mean that 3 players will be trailing you by half point. And then all of you are playing against each other in the last round. So you play black against Nakamura, and then it's Caruana against Nepomniachtchi. So how do you feel about this last round? Any special strategy for that?
Um, I guess I'll go with the same strategy, try and play a good game. I've managed so far, and hopefully tomorrow as well I'll be able to follow the plan.
But do you expect Hikaru to go all in this game and try to win at any cost?
I don't know. It's up to him, I guess. But yeah, uh, yeah, I'll just play a good game tomorrow and see what happens.
Do you have any thoughts about the tie breaks? So there are some scenarios, quite a few, when you could reach the tie breaks. So in this, like, let's say, assume you make a draw tomorrow, and then Caruana and Nepomniachtchi, somebody wins, then you will be playing the tie breaks. So how do you assess your chances on the tie break?
I guess it's still too early to think about it. I mean, there are a lot of things that can happen tomorrow, and I'm focused only on tomorrow's game. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Do we have questions from the audience? Yes, please, Ulrich first, and then Stefan.
Gukesh, what about your excitement? Was it bigger today than in the first or second round, or is it always the same, or does it change now with your success?
I've been eager and excited the same way from the first round. And, today, I guess in the time trouble, it was a bit more exciting. But yeah, in general, yeah, my mental state has been the same.
Stefan, okay.
Two questions. So, what when your main competitors drew their game, Nepomniachtchi and Nakamura, when they drew, what did you feel? How did you observe that in that moment? And the other thing, you said you do some physical. Can you elaborate a little bit about your physical training?
Sure. I saw they made a draw quite early, and I mean it was pleasant to see, but I wasn't really thinking about that game. I was only focused on winning my game. Um, yeah, I did not really uh, look at the other games much. I was just focusing on my game. And what kind of physical training I do? At home I play sports almost every day, and yeah, and also yoga very regularly. So yeah,
And which kinds of sports?
uh, different kinds, but mostly tennis.
Like lawn tennis.
Yeah.
Okay. Sagar?
Gukesh, when the move repetition happened, Rook D1, Rook G1, did you feel like at that point to draw, or were you just repeating to reach move 40? What was the feeling there? Because we thought it was equal at that point.
Ah, it was equal.
I mean, the engine said equal. So, what did you feel? What was your assessment?
No, I thought I'm clearly better. I mean, just the position looks so good for white. So I thought I'm clearly better, and if I just make the time control, it should be quite easy. But okay, if the position was equal is news to me.
Maybe the engine just showed like very accurate black had to play, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm very surprised actually.
Another question, please. Anna, on the other side. Okay.
Gukesh, congratulations on your win. Many players, including Nakamura, have mentioned the importance of experience in a tournament as high stakes as the candidates. Yet you're here for the first time and the youngest competitor. How have you managed to do so well despite your lack of experience in this big tournament?
Yeah, as I've said before, I think I think there are pros and cons. I mean, considering my age and you could say lack of experience, but There are also some advantages, like such a long tournament, it's easier to be focused as at my age, I guess. And um, yeah, I mean, there's lack of experience, but I'm trying my best. Yeah.
Do we have any more questions? Well, thank you, Gukesh. One more question. Okay.
Did you talk with your opponent after the game a little bit? How did he react?
No, not really. I mean, during the game, it was quite clear that he was not very happy. But okay. Yeah, it's been a tough tournament for him, and I did not really analyze the game afterwards.
Well, and with that, we thank Gukesh and congratulations.
Thank you.